Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the match reaction. Arsenal 4, Villa 1. Let me say that again, guys. Arsenal 4, Villa 1. Now, what I'm going to say, with our main man out, I did not see that coming. With Mr. Deckers out, I did not see this coming, people. Look, I said as my prediction on a couple of shows that I wasn't confident, even with Deckers there, because just the way we've been playing in the last few games, and knowing the way Aston Villa have been playing, winning 11 straight games in a row, and thinking they're going to come to Arsenal, they're going to come to the Emirates, and with us hearing that Deckers was out after picking up a knee injury against Brighton, you're thinking, oh my gosh, there's only probably one winner here, and that's Aston Villa. That will come and draw the game or nick it. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, they came there. Obviously, they had Ollie Watkins playing up front. They had Onana. They had one or two players missing. So they had a few youngsters on the bench as well. But even still, saying that with their side, McGinn was on the bench. Just looking at Aston Villa's side, they had Watkins up front. He was buoyed after scoring 2 goals against Chelsea. So coming to the Arsenal, boyhood Arsenal fan, you obviously wanted to get something. They started with just first, Sancho, Rodgers, Bundoer, obviously Watkins up front, Tielemans, Onana, who went off incidentally, picked up an injury and didn't come out second half. Digne, Lindelof, Konza, Bogard, and obviously Martinez in goal. But for our lineup, just looking at our lineup, obviously Raya in goal, a back four of Nkipe, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, they're back together. Timber at right back, he's come back. Look, and to be honest, he had an okay game. He didn't look troubled, but still, we have to worry about these injuries, these little niggles that they're carrying. Odegaard, Zubimendi, Moreno, the Real Sociedad midfield there. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, compared to Aston Villa's midfield, this couldn't feel a little bit tricky. This is a game where you feel that maybe we're going to get run through. And first half, we saw a lot of that. We had Saka up on the right-hand side, obviously Gyökeres playing up front, and Trossard, who had a great game playing on that left side and getting a goal himself. And I said, looking at that first half, there was a couple of chances where, first 10, 15, 20 minutes, ball over the top, they were in on goal. A couple of times they were in on goal. And I was quite surprised. I was on the phone to my mate, and we looked at, they had 0 shots on target, but they were creating chances, and this was the worry. The worry that they could run through us. Onana had a chance running through us on goal. But obviously, it didn't come to nothing. And you're just saying to yourself, come on, Arsenal, we've got to get ourselves again. We can't start slow like this. And this is typical of Arsenal. That first half, we, literally were playing slow. Aston Villa, feigning injuries, Martinez taking long to take goal kicks. You could see a little bit of dark hearts going on there with them. They were going down and they were just disrupting the game, the flow of the game and everything. And you're thinking, as the game goes on, you're thinking, I can see this where Aston Villa end up coming and nicking this, or it goes to it goes to a draw. And for me, when I look at this, I'm thinking to myself, bro, we have to do something here. We need to come out the second half and do something. Glock first half had an Eddie chance that went over the bar. Had another chance where I think he took a shot and it went past the post. So all in all, a couple of wasted chances by Victor Gyökeres and obviously by Ollie Watkins in the first half. And I think at one point, I think in total, Glock, I don't know how true it is, he had a total of 12 touches of the ball. Now, if that's the case, bro, man, is that a service thing or is that Glock not imposing himself on the game? Listen, this whole thing is going to rumble on with Victor Gyökeres. But listen, I'm not going to tap out on him. You know what I mean? I still need to see him, And I mean, second half, I think he had a much better second half. had a much better second half. And why I say that, because he created space for the others, especially the goal that Zubamendi scored. Fantastic through ball by Odegaard. Now, I don't know what Mikel Arteta said to these guys. This was a game of definitely two halves, and they did it without the main man. They came out like a house on fire for minute 45 plus. Yeah, when they come out to the 8 minutes that were added on. You know, the last couple of minutes we dropped a bit deep. We ended up conceding a consolation goal, which you know, for Raya must have been gut wrenching because he wanted to so much keep a clean sheet. And there, I don't know if you remember, the ball came off the post, and I think it was McGuinn had a chance to put it in, and somehow, you know, it looked like he put it straight at him, but to do that, I thought it was in. I thought it was in, and I was thinking, okay, yeah, they've got a consolation goal, but I wanted so much with the way we was playing in that second half for us to come out with a clean sheet. But look, let me just name the players that totally changed this game. Zubamendi, come out a different player. First half, getting press, losing the ball. Odegaard, first half, wasn't really imposing himself, trying to do the press. Saka, for me, Saka, and Moreno, for me, were probably the worst players on that pitch. For me, personally speaking, they were the worst players on that pitch. And we needed Saka to come off much earlier and for Madueke to come on for him, because it just wasn't working for him. It just was not working for him. Moreno, you know, he ends up getting a yellow card in the 45th minute during injury time, and then he's lucky not to get a second yellow card. I think it was in like I don't know if it was in the 50-odd minute or whatever, where he pulled down Morgan Rogers. That should have been a second yellow. He sheepishly walked away. You see it in his eyes, and I'm thinking, Arteta, get this guy off. Get him off, because if not, he's going to end up with a second yellow card, because he didn't have a great game at all. And he, you know, at that point, Christian Norgard in the 73rd minute comes on for him, which is fantastic. That's what Arteta did. He came on, just kept everything ticking over. Miles Lewis-Skelly came off of Gabriel, who incidentally got our first goal. And big up to Gabriel Magalhaes. Because we're thinking we haven't got Declan Rice to be putting that ball in, you know, in that danger area. But Saka was able to do that and getting his assist. So he gets another assist and his bonus. Yeah. And listen, Martinez trying to say that the ball was knocked out, and he was nowhere near catching that ball. He literally missed the ball, and I think Gabriel got the goal. I think he came up for Gabriel last. We end up getting that goal, and then the floodgates started to open. When we move the ball fast, people, when we play with intensity, teams can't live with us. I said it. I've been on phones to Shane, big up to Matty Savanguna. I've been telling these guys, look, when you try and play really quick, just imagine if we play really quick like we did against, say, Atletico Madrid or Bayern Munich, then we can blow teams away. And that's what I want to see. And we saw this in the second half, totally contrast to the first half. From, as I said, to the end. Yes, we dropped a little bit deep, and naturally that's what happened. But you're protecting a 4-0 lead. But we literally, Zubamendi, for the Gabriel Jesus ball, where he dummied the guy, won the ball, dummied the guy, laid off to Trossard. Trossard lays it across to Gabriel Jesus, who'd only been on for a minute. He came on for Victor Gokres in the 77th minute, and I think in the 78th minute, 79th minute, curls the ball lovely. That's what I want to see for Gabriel Jesus, because even though he was coming on in the other games, yes, he was linking up, playing that, but we're still not seeing any in product, and we was literally struggling through these games. Do you know what I mean? And was not, winning these games convincingly, or in the end drawing some of these games. But tonight, you guys came on and you did the business. Whatever Arteta said to you guys, yeah, I don't know. You guys were proper unspace jammed, yeah? Yeah, because that's the kind of football that I need to see consistently. Our next game is away to Bournemouth. Now, they've ended up drawing to Chelsea tonight. So it's not going to be an easy game. We must go there. Gabriel Jesus is going to have the bit between his teeth. You know what I mean? Go there with a bit of confidence. Will he start him? Who knows? But what I would say is definitely in that second half, what Victor Gokras does, even though, you know, he wasn't scoring and whatever, but what he was doing, which was good, especially when the Zubimendi, he kind of ran away, you know, and drew the defender away, which created a space for Zubimendi to run into. And Odegaard, fantastic. That's the balls that we want to see you playing. Those through balls. You play those through balls. You play those quick 1-2 touches. Teams can't live with us. We need to do that. It's not about just coming to the Emirates or going away and trying to control games that's slow, lethargic. Because when you don't give the team time to set, then you can break them down. You can break them down. You know what I mean? So this thing about, oh, you know, it's only Arsenal that come up against low blocks. No, it isn't. There are other teams that do it. Why? Because they can play and move the ball much quicker. And the second half, we was getting the ball from back to front much quicker. We was counter-attacking on them. That goal, the counter-attack goal where Jesus scored, that's what I want to see. So listen, big up to Odegaard. Well done. A captain's half, second half, definitely captain half. Zubimendi, that's the best I've seen you play. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously, take that off the Gabby Magalhaes. Trossard, fantastic. Gets a goal as well. You know, there was a long delay because they were trying to say that Saka was off. Then they found out, no, actually, you know, it might have been Ankepe was off when the ball was played to him and realised. And because it took so long, the VAR took so long, it looked like it was going to go in our favour. And thank God it did. We get that third goal and you're thinking, or fourth goal, I can't remember what it was. Whatever it was, let me just make sure if you know what the fourth goal, who scored the fourth goal, Leandro Trossard. Let's just make sure. Yes, it was Gabriel Jesus with that fourth goal to put the game to bed. And that's what I'm saying. 78th minute, he gets that fourth goal, and it was absolutely fantastic. You know, this is the best second half I've seen Arsenal play in the Premier League, and we must keep this going, guys. We got to keep this going. We've got another 8-9 games. Yeah, we've got another 8-9 games. Declan Rice, as I said, when I saw that he wasn't, you know, when the news came out that, and it was all over social media that he was injured, you're thinking, oh my God, we knew this was coming. We've always said it, that Declan Rice, yeah, is gonna drop soon. And you know, even on social media, they were saying that Declan Rice was pointing to his knee in that Brighton game in that 63rd, 64th minute, say that he had a problem. But obviously, Mikel Arteta allowed him to play on, and hence now, you know, he didn't make the game tonight. And this was a massive game because of the sort of midfield that Aston Villa had. But listen, we sorted it. Our midfield, I'll tell you this now, our midfield is not as strong as Aston Villa. I can tell you that now, because we was getting proper run through in the first half. But the second half, you tweaked it. Maybe Onana going off because he, you know, he was a massive influence in that first half. And because he didn't come out, they may have tweaked the tactics or whatever. And literally, we just didn't give him time. We was closing them down. We was moving the ball really quick. And we had chances. Saka had a great chance. Ball was laid off to him from Odegaard. He balloons it over the bar. We was relentless. The second half, guys, we was relentless. And to be honest, I didn't even know who. Listen, they gave the man of the match to Gabriel Magalhaes, and fair play, because, you know, he comes in, he causes and creates chaos in that box, and he gets the team going. And after scoring that goal, Arsenal just looked a different side. And even before the goal, it just, you know, they came out and it was just like, press, Zubimendi, see how far advanced he was, and to get his goal. Fantastic, well taken goal. And this is what we want to see more. I'm hoping that Glock will look at this. He will look at Gabriel Jesus and want to be spurred on by that, making those right runs. And Odegaard seeing that. Saka, you're going to have to step up. I don't know what it is, if you're carrying an injury or what, but you're not Sakaing out at the moment. You're not the star boy that I'm seeing right now. So I need you to step up, because you're getting a little bit too predictable and teams are working you out. And if it's not working out, take him off. You know what I mean? Take him off. And that's listen, in the end, you know, he does get taken off. And he's replaced by what's his name? By Madueke. Do you know what I mean? And that's what needs to happen. I think he came off in the 83rd minute. I think he needed to come off even earlier than that, to be precise, for me. You know what I mean? Ben White comes on for Jurrien Timber. Again, Ben White's back. I thought he was going to be out for weeks. Look, I don't know what's going on with the injury and that. You know, is Arteta rushing him back? We'll only know when we'll see these next 9 games. We're playing a lot of games in January. We go into 2026, guys. We go into 2026, top of the table. Over to you, Man City. You go away to Sunderland New Year's Day. Can Sunderland do something? We just don't know. But the good thing about it, we've got over this test, but there's still more tests to come. Can we do it? We need all our fit players back. We need Arteta to change up the way these teams and let them play with the freedom. That second half, he just let them play with the freedom. I don't know what he said to them, if it was the team that took it on themselves or what, but either way, we absolutely battered. We absolutely battered Villa. Ends their, you know, the 11-game unbeaten run. And look, Unai Emery, people was trying to say that Unai Emery walked down the tunnel without shaking, you know, Arteta's hand. I don't know what the story is behind that. I mean, when in the post-match conference, he was saying that, look, Arteta should really have come and shake my hand first before he started, you know, celebrating with the other coaches and that. But look, I don't know what the rule is on the etiquette on that. Listen, no hard feelings. They asked Arteta the same thing. No hard feelings. And it is what it is. What it is. We get a great win. As I said, with the main man out. I didn't see this coming, guys. So it's an absolutely fantastic win. And yes, take my off to Gabriel Magalhaes getting the player of the match. Trossard could have got it. Do you know what I mean? It was a toss-up, but fantastic. We move to the next game. We go away to Bournemouth. Let's go there. Let's go with the intensity. But Arteta, it's important that you rotate the side. You've got to start playing Eze. What's going on with Eze? Ethan Manreri, you've just left him out in the cold. A guy who has come on and helped you in the past, right? You've got Havertz, who's been out for nearly 5 months. Literally, soon as he's fit, you drop my guy. You don't even have him on the bench. So it may be looking that he could end up going to maybe somewhere like Bournemouth. I'm here in Brentford. Just for your own insanity, Ethan. Just ask to go and get a loan move. Do you know what I mean? And we'll just see where it goes. If Arteta wins the league, yeah, you go again next season. You bring him back. If Arteta doesn't win the league and doesn't win anything, sack him. Get Ethan back in the side, because I'm sure there's other managers can get the best out of this guy. But listen, it's been a great night. Arsenal 4, Villa 1. We move on to the next game. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next match reaction.